show by laughing. Because
well, I get you laughing. It's all good. This is staying in the show. Ha 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 ha. Hello.
Good morning.
It's like, welcome to the.
We have a delayed reaction at the
Welcome
end.
to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz, Rebecca, and Hannah.
What is okay? Hi.
Hi.
I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber, in for our area, really cold Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there. It is really cold. Doesn't matter where you are.
I'm Hannah. I'm minion number 2.
Yeah!
It's freezing.
I know someone out there is going to be like, that's nothing. I got, but it was like 19 degrees this morning.
19 degrees, no matter where you are, is still considered pretty cold.
Kind of cold. I mean, there's colder.
There is.
There's colder. I just want to put that out there because someone's going to be like, well, it was so much below zero when I woke up this morning. And
yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. But 19 degrees on a scale of it's decent to it's cold is closer to it's super cold. Yes.
It's true. I'm sorry. Apparently, I'm going to be doing a lot of talking with my hands today.
That's why she doesn't knit or crochet during filming.
Oh, I so want to give you fingers, but this is a family-friendly show.
Squint your nose at me. See?
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, I have to say, one of the comments we had on our New Year's Eve show was like, if I didn't already know you, I would think you'd been drinking. And it's like, okay, we don't really drink. No.
And
so at least I'm not going to speak for all of us, but
and apart from...
we don't do that. We're just naturally goofy.
Apart from our special episodes, like New Year's and, Thanksgiving and whatnot, we film at, between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning.
Well, and some people might say that, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but...
It is, but...
That's not my thing anymore. I just laugh because... What else
goofy.
are you going to do, Okay, so, some people said we want more Hannah, and we told Hannah, and we said, hey, you want to be with us? We'll see. We'll play it by ear. You may not want to get up this early every week, but, we'll see.
So far, she's enjoying it.
I'm not going to put pressure one way or the other. It's all good, but it's good to have you with us, so.
Oh, I love you guys.
And you get to see more. I mean, okay, we started this show as a Sun Dragon Sideshow. What?
Sorry. She looked at me funny.
I did not. I looked at you normal, and that's weird.
Sorry.
This is proving my point. We started this show as a Sun Dragon Sideshow because we would say, wasn't it your sister?
Yeah, my sister was like...
It was like, it's the Liz and Rebecca show at the shop. And yes, this is why I will let them talk soon, because I tend to talk too much. But this is for people out there to see what it's like at the shop. This is the vibe at the shop, right?
This is us pretty much all the time.
And Hannah is part of the giggliness at this point in the shop. So,
she was pretty quickly.
Yeah. Liz, you're looking I'm looking in there. You're looking especially goth today, I think, from the waist up.
But I almost wore my death bracelet and I didn't.
No, I wasn't.
It's the dark.
It's the dark lipstick.
Yeah.
I
found the dark color that Clinique makes now. I was so excited.
Gosh. Ooh.
Anyway, and then you got the dark glasses. It all pops. Anyway. So yes, all three of us are here today, and I think we all planned on getting here and filming at 9. And right now it's just past 9:30. So we'll see how much we get through.
And go.
And go. And there's so many things to talk about from break, but I want to get nuts and bolts out of the way first. We restarted Tuesday night virtual sit and stitch last night, and it was a lot of fun. And I posted wrong about it on Instagram, which was pointed out to me. We are down to 1 hour once a week right now of weekly virtual sit and stitch. It's Tuesday night, U.S. U.S. time. Whether that's standard or daylight
Eastern.
savings.
Eastern.
That's what I meant. Thank you. This is why we're all here. We all help each other out. Eastern time from 7 to 8. It used to be 7 to 9, and then I wasn't getting any sleep. So it's 7 to 8 U.S. Eastern Time, and we try to do that every Tuesday that the shop is open. And one of the things we talked about last night is that we are trying to pull together the Sunday afternoon that a lot of people have been missing because life has just been crazy at the end of 2024. We're going to try to get that going again once a month on a Sunday, and I have picked January 19th this month. So from 2 to 4 U.S. Eastern Time, for anyone in a different time zone or a different country, we will be having dual platform virtual sit and stitch. The Sunday ones I do on Facebook Live and Zoom. And any event that we have on Zoom that's communal and free, you get in with the shop phone number.
828-877-3550.
She just has to be ready with that. Doesn't matter what she's doing. But hopefully you know it by now.
Yeah. Well, I do and I don't.
I mean, it's like I should know that virtual sit and stitch is now from 7 to 8, and yeah.
I went to Zoom. It was before break. It was after we moved when we started Zoom back up, and I was like, I don't remember the shop phone number, and I had to go.
Like,
you get in with the shop phone number, and like in my head, I had to play.
You had to play out what we do.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That's hilarious.
It was the only way I remember it. I need my cues.
January. You should have like texted me and say, "Can you say the shop phone number to me so I can repeat it?" The word shop phone number.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the nuts and bolts to get out of the way in case we run out of time and like we're still filming at 10 and someone walks up and wants to be helped because the shop should be open at 10 and we should be helping people. Tuesday nights, virtual sit and stitch, 7 to 8 p.m.
Eastern time.
Eastern Standard
I thought-
Time.
I
if you
thought-
won't be fancy about it.
Right
yeah,
now.
is it right now? Because I always
Yes.
forget when it's daylight savings and when it's standard.
That's-
And I've had
Yeah.
people correct me and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Daylight savings.
No,
think,
I
is
was
when we
pausing
sprint
because like
forward.
we already said that part. So
Yeah.
I was just reiterating you all should know this is U.S. Eastern Time.
7 to 8.
I'm going to say
I was just confused.
Tuesdays, 7 to 8. And the 19th is going to be the Sunday. You can go watch it on Facebook and like type comments in, or you can join us on Zoom. On Zoom, you can see everybody. The 19th from 2 to 4 p.m. On Zoom, you can see the other people participating. On Facebook, you see my mug, and you can hear stuff from Zoom. So, okay. I think that's. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, and I can't remember.
Oh,
Any other nuts and bolts?
for locals, winter is coming.
Winter's here.
Well,
I'm
yes,
not making
but
a sign on
winter
here.
weather.
Okay, yes, that's true. That's the last thing. Liz has made a wonderful display on this table of the warmy, like, stuff that will keep you extra cozy in the winter temperatures. And she wanted me to make a sign that said winter is coming. I want to make a sign that just says winter is here.
That works.
Cold stuff is here. But what Liz means when she talks about locals is we're supposed to get snow on Friday. And for us, like right now it might be 4 inches. It could be more or less. But for us, that means everything could get shut down. So come shop early, shop often to stock up in case you get stuck in your house for a day or two. Because, yes, I know people, other places in the country that will be like, 4 inches of snow is going to keep you in your house for 2 days. Possibly.
Mountain roads and lots of snow are not.
They don't work well together.
They don't mesh.
And I know there are places where they do because we've had this conversation over and over, and I don't want to eat up too much more time with it. We in this area aren't great at either taking care of the roads in the snow or driving on the roads in the snow in this area. Like steep grades, curvy roads, it's all a recipe for disaster. And I always bring up that, it's language is indicative of what people are used to handling. Like, they call... Yeah, sometimes I just have to ignore her because there's so much going on over there. But I'm from New England, where we have snowplows. And down here, they call them snow scrapers. Like, have the roads been scraped yet? And I think that's indicative of how much snow an area is used to getting. If you don't call it a plow, you're not, and you call it a scraper, you're not used to getting a whole lot of snow. Anyway, I've talked for 10 minutes. I'm going to let someone else talk now.
Okay.
So, what we did last time, did we start with you or
We
did we start
started
with
with
Hannah?
me, but we'll start with Hannah first this time.
Hannah's like, no.
Do you have anything to show off?
Let's start
Okay.
with you.
We'll start with me.
Thank you.
Never mind.
Let's warm up. Let's remind Hannah of how we do this.
So,
Hannah's new to this, so
um,
go fast. No, I'm
go
kidding.
fast. So,
No,
for-
you're fine. You're fine.
For some of our followers,
I
they
will direct if need be.
follow me on Instagram, and I've been posting what I've been doing on my vacation, and I brought some of those things in with me today. Yeah.
I love how you're quiet on camera. 'Cause
Sorry.
that's not what she's like in the shop. Okay, I've said it. I'll be quiet.
So I finished my green sweater. I still have to weave the ends in. I'm not trying it on, but Anyway.
It looks beautiful. Take her word for it. You could.
It's
Here,
stunning.
let me see. You held it up. I'm gonna also do like this is what it looks like, kind of person related. It's so
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this is
It's so
because
warm.
holding it like this, it's flat. Holding on this, you get a little more of the anyway.
It's so
On
soft.
person
And
related.
Related. It's so soft. Oh,
yeah, it's warmies
feel this. Oh.
and mohair held together.
Mohair, not
the cashmerino.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Wormy is
70% baby alpaca and 30% merino.
I was just gonna say merino and alpaca, but yeah,
Yeah, it's really good.
okay.
It's
keep
really
going.
soft.
Keep going.
So I did that.
I'm like, oh my gosh, run, go, ha! No,
I
it's okay.
am on the sleeves of my
That's how my brain
Midlothian
feels right now.
Get through the marathon.
marbled crop. So it's the red and gray and charcoal
That's
sweater.
fun.
So the body is done.
It looks like hot coals or something.
It does. And then as it got colder, I was like, Bernie needs mitts. So I made
What's in those?
mitts. Cascade 220 Superwash.
Is it
One's
is
a
it-
hand paint and one's a solid.
And you held two together.
I held two together.
Oh, so that's okay. 220 superwash, double stranded,
Yes.
and one of them's like one. Like, do we have any more of that color? Did you? No, it's gone.
It's gone. Anyway.
Cascade has some hand paints that it looks like hand dyed, but it's made at Cascade so it's more affordable, which is kind of cool. I don't think we have them online yet. I'm like, that is my mantra. Just get used to it. I'm sorry.
He got a matching marled hat, and I did the fourth
Nice.
hat. So, and then I got a loom.
Can you get that out?
I can get that out.
We can help.
No, it's
I know. I'm like,
Ta-da!
okay, we do not sell this at the shop.
Nope. It's
So-
on Amazon for like $50.
What did you put into search for to find it?
Or
what can people put into the search engine if they want to find a $50 little itty bitty fun loom?
it's a little itty bitty fun loom. It's listed as a toy, but I think I've typed in looms and found,
Yeah.
weaving looms, and you got to kind of scroll through. But
That's super cute.
it's super cute. We had a customer who told me she sits with it on her lap in the car, and
I'm just looking
we've-
at all how
oh,
it's connected. Don't
and
you
we've
keep talking.
we've scarves. So
Oh,
I made a scarf for Bernie.
oh my gosh, that's super cute. And is that the one that's made with Major?
Wizard.
Wizard. Okay, because I'm like Major doesn't have those colors.
The loom comes loaded
That's
with
cool.
like cotton, twine, yarn, whatever, and then you
that's
get
cool.
some balls of yarn. And I
So
just
it comes
rewarped.
warped.
It does, but the warp is like all twisted in on itself. It's not, so
It
it's,
sounds.
I rewarped. I rewarped it with Wizard, and then I'm doing Cascade 220
Did you use
Superwash.
warp and weft with
Yeah.
Wizard?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you've got such a fine, like, I don't know that much about weaving. I only know a little bit about it. But you really are weaving in a way where you don't see the warp very much. Like,
Yeah.
you're really batting it down.
I don't know why.
No, I think that's totally a tension
It
thing.
could be the loom. It could be a tension
Yeah.
thing. I don't know.
Like this one is coming out where you can see the warp a little more when it's stretched, but I bet when you take it off, you're not going to see it as much.
It could be the thickness of the yarn too.
Could be.
Because
But I think there's a way if you beat it down a whole lot, you're going to see... Anyway.
because
I'm acting like I know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking
like this part right here, I beat down even harder.
about. Yeah.
So I don't.
So you were getting used to it, and I mean it's pretty. I'm not saying.
No,
anything
it's
against it.
just it's different. I don't know.
I'm not being critical. I'm just saying it's coming. I mean that's probably even warmer. It's or yeah. You know what? I bet a lot of it is that the wizard fluffs.
Yeah,
Right. So.
it does. And I had the warp on there super tight.
I don't.
And the strength of wizard is actually pretty incredible because like it didn't snap and I had it really tight.
So you're making your second,
I'm making my second.
and this is
It's Cascade 220 Superwash.
And what's the warp?
I think the warp is 220 Superwash, and this might be the sport.
Okay.
The 6 hand paints.
Cool.
I don't know.
I
Anyway, I'm done.
So Hannah, what have you been working on lately?
Let's see.
I know at the New Year's show you were working on your lace top, and I don't know if
Yes.
you're still working on that or.
I am, but the only other thing I'm working on is
Talk about that.
My brother and his girlfriend recently went out west, and they stopped at a bunch of national parks, so I wanted to make them the national parks hats. And this one is the Grand Canyon, and it was his girlfriend's favorite of the national parks they stopped at. So I'm like halfway through that one.
And that's from the National Parks book,
It is.
which again we don't have at the shop. There's all
yeah.
kinds of fun things you can get not here. And
I ordered
then
it off
get
of
stuff here.
Amazon.
And then she got yarn from us though.
Yes, it's all the superwash, the 220 superwash.
I think that color that we
Matching
picked for
very
the
nicely.
brim, because we didn't have maybe the right color.
Yeah.
I like that color
It
in the
worked
brim.
out very well.
It looks very sandstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I like it a lot.
Like it looks really peach on the shelf, kind of like a heathered peach, and you were more looking for like a heathered tan or brown.
Yeah.
But
I think that
it's
playing
awesome.
with that,
Yeah.
like more peachy
Hold
color
it up again.
there, playing with the peach down in
yeah,
up in here, it worked out, making it more gray.
So that
somehow.
one's the
Grand
Grand Canyon.
Canyon.
Okay, it's funny. We've had so many people come in to shop for like, Yellowstone. I think not Yellowstone.
Okay.
Right,
The-
the Caldera one.
Yellowstone.
The one, yeah, is that Yellowstone? I was
Okay.
like Yellowstone. No, that's the TV show. No, that's the park too.
Yeah, yeah.
Ha ha! Like so many people come in for only
It's a
like 2 or 3
beautiful
hats. Yeah, so that I haven't seen many of the other hats.
Yeah.
And you were saying the Joshua Tree one?
Joshua Tree is the
Have
one
you
I
already
made
made
for
that?
my brother.
Okay,
Yeah.
you've already made
it's
that one.
full of cables. That one was a lot. It was
To
very
kind of look like the
intensive.
cactus, maybe, or something.
Yeah.
Is that the-
Joshua
it's
trees are
a
actual trees. They're not
tree.
cactus.
Yeah.
They look like cactuses.
They're
do.
really really scraggly
I
trees.
thank you for backing me up on that. They do look like that. Okay.
yeah.
I
Liz
used
knows
to live
lots
in
of
Southern.
stuff.
I used to live in Southern California. So.
You've lived so many places. Oh my gosh.
Air Force brat, Army wife. Yes. I did.
Okay, so you're making the Grand Canyon one.
Yes.
Um,
And then I still have the Selwood, but I haven't made any progress on it.
That's
since
okay.
Then.
okay.
Horse.
Oh, good. It's my
What?
turn, and I have so much. No, I'm good.
You have 15 minutes.
Please, see, look. Please continue to chime in on all my stuff. So so it's not just me talking for the next 15 minutes.
Okay.
People will think I like to talk or something.
What? It's not a thing.
Okay. So let's see. I brought. Okay. Remember this fairy floss? I was making the Sydney cowl. There's a pattern from Juniper Moon. This is Juniper Moon fairy floss, and it's so fluffy. And there's a pattern called the Sydney cowls, and there's 2 cowls on the pattern. And I made one of them, and I actually forgot until someone came in and said, "Wait, how do I connect this or do?" And that I made the long cowl. By the way, I finished it. It's written to go back and forth and then sew it up when you're done. And I said, well, ain't nobody got time for that. So I turned it into an in the round cowl. But to do that, you have to change stitch count. You have to add. You have to take away a stitch or add. You have to make sure you have a multiple of 4. And when it has you do it flat, it gets you 2 extra stitches as selvage stitches. So when you stitch it together, it looks right. If that makes sense. Like when you stitch it together, you lose a stitch off of each end.
Okay.
So it has you knit 2, purl 2 to the end, and then knit 2. And when you connect that, these 2 knit 2s, when you sew it together, are going to become a knit 2 because 2 stitches get lost when you sew it. So if you just cast on how many stitches it says and then join it in the round, it won't work to knit 2, purl 2. You'll suddenly be at the end and be like, I have 2 extra stitches. So I can't remember if I took 2 stitches away or added 2. You need to have multiple of 4. Anyway. But I haven't sewn my ends in, because who's got time for that? But I just wanted to show you all that one ball of this gives you that much length of, I don't remember how many stitches around it was, but look at the color changes, and it's so light and fluffy too. And this may look like a ridiculous length for a cowl, but
it's got a secret.
What's the secret?
You can wear it as a hat too.
Oh, I wasn't. I was like,
It's like a hood.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you put,
From a hat.
it's a snood is what they call it apparently, which is different than the snood.
Snooty.
Okay, so this whole, remember that length? It was like, I haven't even measured it, but I want to say, what do you think? That's like
almost a
30?
yard.
Yeah, it's almost a yard. But then, because it's so fluffy, yeah, so much for the hair. Because it's so fluffy, yeah, we were talking about how much, I was bringing up how much I obsess about my hair. But because it's so fluffy, look, it just I should have brought this and my mittens home last night because it was so cold. And
You'll need them tonight.
What was that?
A fuzzball.
A big fuzzball. It wasn't squirming or
So
anything.
I just paid my heating bill for December, and it was over. It was over twice the amount of what my November bill was. So I've turned my heat down. So I should bring this home because I can wear it like this for extra warmth around my neck. Or here's what Liz was saying about the secret. Sometimes, and no reaction. No.
Hold on. We'll stagger back.
Okay, so what I'm going to point out about this before I move on, because I do have other things to talk about. I feel like one of those animals is like...
It looks like one of the outfits that they wore in like one of the Star Wars movies.
Right? Okay, but...
It looks like
Some-
you're going to Antarctica.
A little bit.
Some snooty type things like snooty type things like this. When you pull it up like
know how
this,
which one's spelled.
you don't... It exposes the back of your neck if it's not long enough. And look at this. Like, I still have miles of stuff back here covering the back of my neck. So this is awesome. Like, I don't need a hat. I have my snood. I don't need my hat.
The hair that's on the back of her neck.
Hannah has a thing about stray hairs being in places.
Like the back of her neck.
Oh.
I'm just not going to move until they deal with that.
You're
We're
good.
done.
Okay. So you've got different ways you can wear this, which is really fun. And honestly, this doesn't feel heavy around my neck because this is 100 grams. It's 100 grams of yarn, and it's fluffy and like huge. So, speaking of that, let me transition to my other fairy floss project that I picked up again because it's so cold, and I'm realizing I want to have cardigans so I can show off my dresses still. Because right now, if I'm cold, I put on a sweater and I
Can't
don't
wait to
see my dress.
Her fluffy.
Oh, okay. What's cool? So I restarted, and maybe I'll actually make progress on this because it's cold and I want something warm to wear. I restarted my fluffy ass brioche cardigan with 2 colors of the fairy floss. And there's other colors inside here that we haven't seen yet. What? You okay?
Yeah, I forgot to turn off my thingy, and
It's okay.
I set it in my lap, and the screen was very cold.
Oh, yes. That happens. Okay, so here's how it's going so far, and it's not on. I did this for morning meditation this morning on social media, and I had to put it. It's gotten big enough. I had to put part of it on a stitch holder to show it off on camera.
Oh, wow.
Like to take a photo of it, because see how it's all bunched up on here, but you can kind of get the idea. Like, it's got the raglan. Like, if I do that, you can kind of see how it's gonna, like, it doesn't fall right on my shoulders because it's on the thing, on the needle. That's what we call it.
So
But
fluffy.
okay, it is so fluffy, and it's gonna be light and warm. It's okay. You can pet.
I don't like to do that without your permission.
Here,
It's like
do you
a
need to
whole
pet it out there?
thing. Thank
Yeah.
you.
But can you see the colors
You look
changing?
cold. Put that on your lap.
Can you see?
You're welcome.
It's so funny because this has become the I talk over you show. I'm just gonna keep talking over you. It's okay. So can you see the color change? Can you see the color change?
Yes.
It's
No.
changing.
Yes.
I was like, really? It's
She's
changing
not
from
wearing her glasses.
it's changing from tan to blue, and it's actually gonna hit some like.
Still not wearing
as-
your glasses, Floss.
I'm just letting, because then they can't hear you. So it's gonna hit this brighter color, and then I'm like, oh, but what if that was up on my face? I'm not taking any of this out. I'm not taking any of this out. There's a really good chance, though, that this lighter color, this almost yellow, is gonna potentially hit when this color
That'll be
hits.
so pretty.
That'll be pretty.
Though.
It's gonna be awesome. This cardigan for my size, and I'm making size E, which is like right in the middle of the sizes, should only take 4 balls of this. And that's amazing.
Okay, 4 of each color or 4
No,
in
4
total?
total. 2 of each
Oh,
color. 2 of
That's
each color.
really nice.
I will say these are like $30 a piece, so we're still talking like $120 for a sweater. But that's actually not that bad. So I wanted to show you all. This is brioche, so this is gonna be the front. Like it's gonna hang this way. See, that's the raglan increase right there. This is the outside, and then this is the inside. Is the blue is more prominent on the inside. I like it with the light color on the outside and the blue kind of being the subtle. You look like you were gonna say something.
No, it was
Sounded
kind
like-
of a yawn that didn't.
Never mind. I thought she was like,
No.
no. Okay. I
It
just
did
had to
sound
check.
like that.
Right? Okay. I'm not crazy. That crazy. Okay, but no, it's been fun, and I've already I think made it at least as far as I made it with the other yarn. I was using Barocco Ultra Alpaca Chunky, and I love that yarn and I love this pattern, but they weren't jiving for me. So that this will subtly color change, both of them will color change as it goes, is going to be fun. And the sleeves will not match. I'm just going to put it out there. The sleeves are not going to fade at the same rate, because we had Marcy in here yesterday, and she made a sweater out of Wizard, and Wizard, the colors never repeat in the same order, so the sleeves were not going to match. And apparently at least one of her pals was like, that's weird. And I'm like, that's cool, I think. Right?
It's like
So-
we were discussing last night on Knit Night. Everybody has a personal preference, and if you want your sleeves to match, this is probably not the yarn for you.
No.
But there's just something happy about, like, if it doesn't match, it's okay.
It's like boho chic or something. You know, I knew if I used a fancy label, Hannah would be like, no. But it's one of those, like, fashionable things now to not have stuff match, I think. And just tell people that. Make it up. Why not? Okay.
Kids these
Or
days.
just tell people that, I think, is the right way to go.
I did it because I want to. Some people need justification, though. It's really weird.
And you
Okay.
can tell them that it's boho chic. 'Cause
All
that
right,
makes me
so-
happy.
You know we're old, right?
I'm I made one of these mittens while I was away, and I made the other one while I was home. But look, yes, yes, there's a lot of love at this show. A lot of criticism and a lot of love. So I made these. These are the Starry Night mitts. And it's okay.
We're not going to have Hannah on again, are we?
No, of course we are. It's just people are going to have to get used to a new thing of like, who do they want to watch and follow and listen to? And they're going to have choices. So these are the Starry Night mitts, and I made them out of Warmy in a solid and one of the multicolors. And I think it's really cool how they came out. She's written them so that they and the moon shows up better on one than the other, I feel like, but they are mirror images of each other, which is really cool.
Could that be yarn dominance?
No.
Oh.
The yarn was dominant.
No,
the same way.
Like,
okay.
No, okay. It's because of the color change.
Oh.
It's because I have the yellow color changes and has some green bits and blue bits, and I think on this one, I mean, I can kind of see the moon, but I can see it much clearer on this one. It's because this one, the moon has some more green and things that match too much, I think. I did the same color dominance for both of them.
Okay. I just, it was a question because I hadn't paid that much attention to the moons.
What do we mean by yarn dominance and color dominance?
That's a very good question, and that's what I'm going to talk about.
That's what you meant.
No, so there's a thing when you're doing color work, and I didn't believe it at first, and now I totally believe it, that your contrasting color, you want it to be dominant and pop, the thing that's doing the design. So like on this, it's the yellow. And if you want it to pop, it has to be coming from under, like the way that I describe it, from underneath. So like if you're doing two-handed knitting, it needs to be in your left hand, because that comes up from underneath in terms of how on the back side, how these yarns cross with each other or don't cross, you know, like the yellow is the underfloat and the blue is the overfloat.
Okay.
And how that works if you're only knitting with one hand, like if you're a continental knitter, you want the contrast color to be further over to the left, because you're going to pick up the blue one it's going to end up on top, and the yellow is going to end up on bottom. And if you're holding both yarns in this hand, in your right hand, I talk about when I teach color work for right-hander, for not right-handers, because I'm left-handed, but for English-style knitters, it's thinking about sky and earth, like how you pick them up. So I'm going to make sure my blue always comes over the top when I pick it up, and I'm going to let it drop off to the right and pick up the yellow from the left, from the bottom. So I'm always going to be going like this with them instead of like this. You know, not twisting them, but having them come from one direction or the other. Then you don't have twisty floats. And it actually, the reason I learned that this actually works, and I don't know why, but again, I talk about sky and earth, is I didn't pay attention because I thought it was bullhooky. I made that word up. It doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. I thought it was bull. That was a thing. And it's not out on display right now because it's got a little moth hole that I'm fixing. But and I know it's 10 o'clock.
It's okay, nobody's here yet.
We'll just say goodbye real fast if someone comes up. The sleeves on my golden fern.
Yes.
They look different from the other. And I think it's one, the fancy stitches, the design sinks in, and one, it pops. And I don't have it here to show you, but I think it's because I didn't do the color dominance thing. I really think, and the way I remember it when I'm teaching it is like I talk about sky and earth for your main color and your contrast color. And it's like if you're taking a photo of the mountains, like the sky is way in the background, and the mountains, the detail, the thing you want in the photograph is in the foreground. And so the thing you want to pop, which is the mountains, that's the earth. So the design, whatever is the design, you want to have over on the left. And what's really neat, like my not golden fern, the gold wing. So same sounding things. The gold wing starts with your contrast color as your main color, and the main color is the design. So you actually have to switch color dominance halfway through your color work on the yoke.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
that
really
one was
crazy.
mind-bending.
That was mind bending. So, and I've done that also on the koivua that's over there. The white is the background. I know I don't have them in front of you. I'm sorry about that because we're running over. The white is the background, but when the feathers hit, the veining in the feathers, you want that to pop more than the contrast color. So I switched my color dominance at that point because I started it keeping the color, the fancy color in my left hand, and I didn't like how it looked, so I redid it. And that's Veda, and that means we should stop. So I have two more things to really, really quickly show you. I am doing the cat knit pullover. And look at my little cats. Look at my little cats.
It's so cute.
And then I have to show you because we're going to put this up.
It's Leonard.
I finished Leonard. He's my alpaca.
Do I need to...
And my corner to corner. You're just in the way.
I'm trying to get out of the way.
I want to put him up on the wall, so I wanted to show him to you guys. Look at Leonard.
I'm good, bro.
You're good. Look at Leonard. He's finished. He's my corner to corner blanket from last year.
He's
and
so cute.
He needs to go up on the wall so you all can see him. Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful picture. Look at that. Look at that. He's so cute. This took a lot of yarn. That's all I'll say about that. If you have questions, let us know if you have questions, and we can try to address those questions. But other than that, we may just talk about projects we're doing and stuff
If you have questions, email them to liz@sundragonartandfiber.com.
Leonard! I figured I had to finish him because I want to do my Hexie cardigan.
You know what this is?
What?
The white fluff.
Oh, it's stuffing from all of my Christmas presents. Okay. You want to say did you say
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all the fun stuff.
Bye!